Hello and welcome back to the vlogs. It is Tuesday already. I just didn't have time to start the vlog yesterday. I was pretty busy with like work and filming for Thursday's video and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna start today. First things first, I finished Cujo yesterday and I really like this book. I'm still torn between a 4 and a 5 stars. I need to look up what I gave it the last time I read it. Because yeah, I think I'm at the point where I want to give it 5 stars, but I will like take into account what I gave it last time. So we'll have to see. I'm gonna put it on screen somewhere what I did give it in the end, because I haven't logged it yet as finished. But yeah, I think I love Cujo so much because a lot of the unlikable characters end up dead, which, you know, I don't feel sorry for. But at the same time, you have the sadness that comes with Cujo's condition and him having rabies and killing people and him not wanting to, because we do get Cujo's thoughts and how much he's suffering under everything, even though he quite brutally kills people. So yeah, I think it's kind of like a really split book between like the unlikable characters and their fate, and then Cujo, who technically is the bad guy of the novel, but I can never see him as the bad guy, if you get what I mean. But yeah, I love this book. It is pretty great. I think books from like a dog's perspective at parts work quite well. I would love to see like a similar book, but maybe with the dog not being the killer. Like, for example, how the new horror movie is out there, which I'm not sure if I will watch it because I'm not one for horror movies, sadly. But the one that is completely from the dog's perspective, with the, I think it's a duck toller that is the dog that plays the dog. Like something like that in book form, because I think that sounds pretty great. And the movie, I think it's supposed to be good. Or like, at least there's a lot of hype around the movie. So yeah, but that is what I did over the last couple of days and yesterday. And so the rest of the week we have to finish You Like It Darker. I have, how many pages do I have left? 300 pages roughly, I think. Oh, not quite. Okay, so we have around 200 pages left of You Like It Darker. So hopefully I can finish this by Thursday. Then I can pick up the next book, which is, I think, a thriller. So that is kind of the plan for the week. So we will finish the Stephen King books and then pick up, hopefully, the next thriller. So yeah, kind of my reading plans for the week. Other than that, we are looking after my mother-in-law's dog today and tomorrow. Which the nice thing is she brings us the dog because she has like a thing tomorrow, so it's easier if we have him, so she doesn't have to stress about him being at home. And she brings us food because she lives near my favorite restaurant, which is a Vietnamese place. They make such great summer rolls. Like, I love them so much, so she brings us food when she brings the dog, and we're gonna maybe do a little bit of like a game afternoon, playing like board games and stuff like that, and then she goes back home. So that might be what the rest of today is like. Yeah, other than that, I am making quite good progress with my sweater. Let me show you. So over the weekend I finished my first sleeve, which I had to modify quite a bit. I don't know what is up with my row gauge, but as you can see, the third cluster here was supposed to be as long as the first one, and it is quite a bit longer because otherwise my sleeve would have been way too short. But I do like how it looks, so I'm not mad about it. And yeah, currently I am knitting the second sleeve. I am done now with the first part, so I can now start the second part. So yeah, this is making pretty good progress. I'm still not sure I'm gonna be finished by my birthday, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But so far I'm hoping I can get it done till then. So that is the knitting, and yeah, I don't think I have any other updates. So yeah, I now have to do a little bit of editing, which I will probably do the majority tomorrow, but like I want to start it today. So it is Wednesday now. I read my 100 pages. I think roughly 100 pages that I read. I now know why Isaac told me to read Cujo before reading Rattlesnake. So yeah, that was great. I think I wouldn't have remembered that that guy was from Cujo, which is funny. But yeah, I think Rattlesnake is kind of interesting. In my opinion, it's a little bit too similar to other stories we have gotten from Stephen King, but it's a rather classic haunted house, haunted person story. It's a sad story, which, you know, it's a story about grief. We do get some closure for Cujo and for some of the people in Cujo, which was interesting. I don't know if I'm too happy with how the outcome is of the couple with the infidelity. Is that the right word? The woman who cheated. I don't know if I'm particularly happy with that outcome, but it is what it is. It's what happens in real life with some people. I could never, but like, that's a different topic. But yeah, other than that, the story is interesting. I don't quite know where we're going yet because I'm not quite through, because Rattlesnake is the second like big short story in the collection. So I think I have like 20 pages left of that one. And then, so I will read that tomorrow, and then the rest of the stories, hopefully as well. We'll see. But that is a plan. So we'll see how that is going. Then, other than that, work was quite a handful today. So I haven't made super duper amount of progress. I mean, I have, but I could have made more. But yeah, I have now finished the second part of the sleeve, so now I have pretty much like half of the sleeve left still. So yeah, it is going good. It's not like simply not as quick as I think it would need to be able to finish before my birthday, but we will see. And then yesterday my new yarn came, and I did start a little bit on my new project. I got this really nice alpaca wool polyamide mix. It's super soft, and it feels really warm. And it's like a little bit more, it feels a little bit more like roving than like yarn, but yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, it's pretty much like the fibers are in this like little sleeve, and then you get a yarn because of that. But yeah, that is how my project is going so far. It's gonna be more like a poncho, and then it has a scarf bit up top to keep warm when I'm walking the dogs. That is the whole reason I got this. But yeah, I love the color. I think it's like a really pretty dark green, and so yeah, that is gonna be a little side project. This project shouldn't take too long because it's only 4 skeins of the yarn, and it's a pretty big yarn like hook, so that should be like a 2-week side project for the evenings. So yeah, that is where we're at right now. I am excited to see where You Like It Darker is going, because obviously I have Rattlesnakes, which I'm really excited for the end of that, because as I said, I don't know where we're going. And then we have like a couple of more stories, and yeah, I am excited for the reading. Stephen King is always good. So, I mean, I knew it would be good reading, you know, with Stephen King. But yeah, that is kind of all for right now. And we'll see how Rattlesnake ends, and the rest continues. Okay, so it is now Friday afternoon. I'm sitting at my desk. He's a little bit big for a lapdog, but he tries, and yeah, he wants to sleep on my lap. So we're gonna let him. I haven't checked in with you, I think, for 2 days. I have a little bit of a headache problem this week. Yeah, I had one 2 days ago on my left side, and today I have a really bad one on my right side. So the reading hasn't been going as I wanted to. I did finish You Like a Darker, but I didn't start anything else yet. I have to say, I gave this 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed the book. I just think maybe like the marketing could have been different, because I feel like this is a really people-focused book, and like really like humanity-focused book, bad people, bad actors-focused book, and I feel like that doesn't really reflect in how the book is looking and how the description is. Because I feel like nowhere in this you can tell that it's people-focused. And I don't know. I mean, does Stephen King have a lot of people-focused stories? Absolutely, totally. But I feel like it could have been made a little bit clearer. I think I would have been even more motivated to pick it up if I would have known what the stories were about. And yeah, I think that would have kind of spoke to me even more. I mean, I picked it up anyway. Oh. I picked it up anyway because I want to read everything Stephen King has written. But I think the cover and stuff isn't like reflective of what is in the book, and I think that could have been done better. And yeah, I don't think that these were his like best of the best stories, but I feel like they were all on the same theme, which I really enjoy, and they got you. Like, they were really stories that spoke to me on like a humanity level, which I thought was actually really, really good. Like, I really enjoyed the thoughts I had about the stories, you know? So yeah, 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I could tell you which one is my favorite. That is really hard to say. I think Rattlesnakes is the saddest one. That was just really, really sad. I mean, I did like the first one, Two Talented Bastards. The Turbulence Expert was really kind of interesting in like a really like weird way. So those two were like really, those two did really stand out to me. I think the one I liked the least was The Dreamers. That one I just found to be really weird. But yeah, I would recommend this. I would say go ahead and read it. But yeah, I haven't started anything else. I won't start anything today. I'm just hoping the headache will go away. I had to work with it, which wasn't any fun, to be honest. But yeah, so hopefully I will lose the headache and can start reading a next book tomorrow, maybe. Other than that, I am nearly finished with the second sleeve of my sweater, which is great. I will finish that one today, and then I only have the body left, which is really, really great. And then my birthday present for myself arrived, which was, I don't know if it will focus on this, but yeah, I bought myself this ring, and then the second one I have to show you like this because dog is on the hand, and this ring, which is by a brand called Regal Rose, from the UK, and they use a lot of recycled silver, which is really nice. This is silver jewelry, with, I think this is like, I've forgotten the name, fake diamonds. They have a name, but yeah, they are pretty much cheap fake diamonds, which is absolutely fine with me. I would never buy a real diamond. And an opal, which could probably also be fake, let's be honest. And then I don't know what stone is in the other one, but I don't really care. I like how they look. They weren't like cheap, but they also weren't expensive. I paid 40 euros per ring, so 80 euros in total, and I had a 10% off. So it wasn't too expensive, but I really like the look of them. And now, for like the first time in like years, my hands have healed enough for me to be able to wear rings. So I had to go ahead and buy myself some. And so yeah, my birthday is in 2 weeks or something like that, but I'm gonna wear them like now, starting now, because I really like them. I'm really, really happy with my purchase, which was great because I didn't know if it would be a good company. And so I'm really happy with the purchase. So yeah, if you're in Europe and you are in the market for some really cool alternative jewelry, try Regal Rose. I'm really happy. They came really quickly and they look really, really nice. And I got the right size, which I'm really proud of myself that I did the research with the sizing and they fit perfectly. So yeah, that made my day a little bit better because they just arrived like a half an hour ago. So that made me really, really happy. So yeah, I will leave you now. Hopefully I will feel a little bit better tomorrow. I just sometimes get quite the headaches. I have my whole life. Like, this is nothing new, but I hadn't had a bad one in quite a long time. And yeah, this week I had 2 bad ones back to back, which is not fun. So yeah, I will enjoy my afternoon now with the little one on my lap. And I will see you tomorrow with hopefully the start to next book. But I won't promise anything because it depends on how I feel tomorrow morning, and who knows. I will try, but I can't promise anything. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay, it is now Saturday afternoon. I'm feeling a lot better. The headache is gone, which is nice. So yeah, hopefully that will be the last one for at least this month. That would be really nice, but you never know with my body. So yeah, I did get a bit of reading in this morning. I'm like 120 pages into Never Knowing by Chevy Stevens. I feel like this is so far just like your typical average thriller from the time, but just exactly what I was expecting this book to be. It's about a woman who was adopted, and at some point she's like, oh, I kind of want to find my birth parents. I think it's like a pretty typical story you hear about. And obviously there are really different ways that the adoptive parents react to that. And yeah, she has the added thing that what she finds instead of a father is a serial killer. So yeah, I'm not at the point where like they are trying to like triangulate where phone calls are coming from her dad and trying to catch him. And there's a whole thing with like websites and rumors getting out, stuff like that. Obviously her parents, like her adoptive parents, aren't super happy because she went behind their backs and didn't tell them that she's going to be searching for her birth parents. Like, it's a little bit of a drama-filled beginning, you know, but I feel like it's pretty average for, you know, there's nothing special here so far, but it's also not disappointing so far. Like, it's a pretty good like setup for the story, and then it's ramping up already, which I feel like is good pacing because I think it's like roughly a fourth of the book that I'm through so far. So yeah, it's setting it up. I'm fine with it. It's nothing like groundbreaking. It's not gonna be like a great book that is like really amazing, but that is not what I thought it would be, so we're fine on that front. I think I'm not, you know, it's one of those books you would pretty much forget once you're through with reading it. But yeah, I did want to read it. I am actually reading it, pretty sure that I have read it before, I just never remembered. But so far I do remember bits of the story, so I feel like I might have read it like 8 years ago or something like that. Let me look up when this book was printed. Yeah, see, so this was printed in 2012, this version, so it's already 13 years old. So I'm guessing that I read it around, well, I would have needed to read it around like 12 years ago, roughly. Because these versions, this is a Mangel exemplar, so a damaged copy pretty much, and they sold them back in the city that I grew up in. So I haven't lived there for 12 years now. Is it 12 years? Yeah, 12 years. So I bought this book, but I would have needed to pick it up in the year that it got released. So that was probably the last time I read it. So it isn't really all that surprising that I don't remember reading it. But yeah, I am believing that it wasn't the like most amazing, greatest book, which is why I don't remember it. But you know what? It's an entertaining book so far, so we're gonna go with it. Other than that, let's talk about my knitting. I finished my second sleeve. So the sweater now has 2 sleeves. They look amazing. I'm really, really happy with them. And then I am now finished with the second, or technically it's the third textured panel on the body. So now I only have this panel left on the body and then the ribbing. I don't know how long I will do the body yet. I have to try it on after I finish the next patterned section, which I think is 7 times 4, 28 rows of knitting, I think. I have to do to finish that section, and then I will try it on and see how much more I need to knit of that section. But yeah, I'm so happy with this. It feels really, really nice. I am really happy with how it's looking. I am kind of excited to see how it blocks out, because I feel like the sleeve looks pretty like choppy in places where I did the decreases. I did them per the instructions, so I don't know why it looks so choppy to me. But I have the hope that once it's blocked, it will just fall naturally, and then you won't see those jogs. But yeah, I am really, really happy. And if I can get a move on, I do feel like I will be able to finish it for my birthday. So that is what I will be trying to do this weekend. I will try to get as much knitting in as I can, try to get through as much of this one. I kind of have the plan to finish this by Monday. It should be possible. Obviously it's Saturday right now, so I would have Sunday and then maybe like the afternoon of Monday, which should be fine for 300 pages, I feel like. So that is what I will be trying to do. So yeah, there won't be any updates for you, obviously. I will just give you an end rating in the next week's vlog, but to be honest, it's not an interesting book. You know, there are so many other thrillers out there. I feel like with like your like average entertaining thrillers, there are so many to recommend that so far from trying this, I don't feel like this will be one that stands out. So I don't think it's too much of a problem that I will read it over the weekend. And then I have 3 books left on my TBR for this month and 2 weeks of reading left this month, which is actually really great. I think that will work out pretty fine. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. Yeah, I had a good reading week. I finished 2 Stephen Kings and started a new thriller, even with a headache, which I feel like is pretty good. And yeah, the Stephen Kings were really great. Yeah, don't know what else to say. The knitting has gone great, and the rest, you know, work is work. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!